Do you know what a sintered cent is? Haha. Well, it's a pretty interesting topic. It's something I've done quite a bit of research on. There's not it's not out there too much. Like it's kind of like a niche kind of little subject. So basically, when the copper blanks get punched out of the sheet metal that they come from, some of the copper shavings, dust, right? Because then it went back. Then they went into, I believe, a barrel or a crate, something like that. I think it was a metal barrel, if I remember correctly. And on the bottom of the barrel would be all this copper dust, and the copper, and then each blank gets annealed, which means hardened, right? So it's the pennies that we get, right? The copper pennies we used to get before are annealed. They're hardened. I mean, it was crazy how much energy went into making a copper penny. So if we look at a normal, typical copper penny, this is what copper looks like, right? Okay. Over time, it might get brown. And this is what a typical brown copper penny looks like. Now, if it has some coloring to it, like this one does, has very slight, almost an orangey brown to it. The reverse does not appear to have it, but the other side has that, like almost like a rust look to it. There's a chance in this case, there's a chance this is sintered, has some of that dust that changed the color of the copper. But if you want to see one without a shadow of the doubt, you could even see it here on the front a little bit. See how it's a little bit red towards the edge? That's because the copper dust was on one side of the coin, but there was some of it that got spread and shared to the obverse. Now that is what you call red. And that's a red cent. And that's the copper dust. It's not paint. It's copper dust being fired on, sintered onto the reverse of the coin.